Hey guys, it's Ruby and welcome back to my YouTube channel, and today we've got another training video with my dad, Gareth Hughes, and we are back with Lolly, my gorgeous 4-year-old owned by the Ruby Syndicate, and we are going to be working on transitions and balance on a young horse. We're also joined by the Ruby Syndicate, and we've found our final member. Susie's here this time, not on holiday. So yeah, these guys have come to see, an update on her training, and we're very excited. So yeah.
Okay, hi. On this vlog, we're going to work with Lolly again, the 4-year-old mare that Ruby's riding. And we're going to talk a little bit about how we work them, what's important on a young horse, transitions and things like that. So Ruby, do you want to pick up? So when you first get on a young horse, obviously, safety is paramount. So what we would like to do is be able to come out and just walk them around, give them a little bit of time to settle in. But sometimes, especially in winter and things like that, on these young horses that are athletic, that's not an option. So sometimes we have to get going. So we start them in a way where it gives us a positive influence, and not just a positive influence regarding an influence over the horse. It's got to be positive to the rider and positive to the horse. So neither of you get put into a dangerous situation. Obviously riding a young horse in the middle of summer when it's 30 degrees and riding a young horse when it's in the middle of winter when it's 2 degrees and blowing a gale is very, very different. So what we're going to do is we're going to start off in trot. So Ruby, do you want to pick up and go trot? So a little bit like we did in the last vlog is that we have what we want to do, but we have what we need to do. So what we would like to do at the beginning is start off on a longer rein and a stretch and giving the horse time to swing through its back and things like that. But sometimes with these young horses, we have to train to that situation and that setup. So what's really important at the beginning here is a good balance and a good rhythm where we feel that they're stepping positively forward without running. They have time to swing through their body, and we have time and we have the ability to keep them on all 4 legs. So we find a tempo where they're going nicely forward, so they're pushing, they're committed, they have to learn to go. They have to learn that when we put both legs on, they step forward, and then in that we want a nice, should we sort of say a normal trot, okay? We don't want to see a big young horse fancy trot at this stage. We just want a nice normal trot. Now this mare has very nice basic quality gaits, but we're just trotting her trot. Ruby, I want you to change direction. And basically what we do is we use a circle if we lose an influence, and then when we have an influence we add a straight line, and we use a circle and we have a straight line. I don't do too many random shapes or too many loopy lines, because for me, I think that is not necessarily beneficial with the balance. And what we want to do to start off here is that we just work them straight between 2 reins, between 2 legs, 2 reins, and consistency. And this sort of builds up a basic understanding to what in several years' time our very, very advanced horse is going to be based on. So here, to maintain one trot, especially with a horse that's got a really good engine, actually sounds a lot easier than it is. So Ruby, we're going to do a circle. So now we're going to come around in a circle. Now transitions are incredibly important, and transitions, you can do too much of everything with a horse except transitions. Transitions are very important, but the transitions we do on the young horse are important because they start to teach the horse how to follow an aid. We start to teach them how to be guided by an aid, which is part of speed control, it's part of their balance, and also too, it's part of their education. But also on the flip side, we don't want to do too many because we want to get the horse into a habit of just rolling forward. So we're going to go large. So like there, you still already get a little bit stuck. So we're just going to take her out on an open line. And if she questions rolling forward, we just keep rolling forward, and we're just waiting for her to settle down. Now, there's a great saying, and it says, sometimes you've got to work the body to get to the brain. And what that means is, like here, she could have been better, or we could have done that and couldn't this. But especially with a young horse, you have to have a starting point. Could they be more engaged? Could the transition be more fluent? Could it be more uphill? Absolutely, you have all of these things. But the first thing we want to do is get the horse comfortable and confident in following us. Once we can perform it, we can then work on the quality of the performance. So all I want here, Lolly, to do here with Ruby is that when Ruby asks her to wait, she waits. When she asks her to walk, she walks. So we just quietly into the walk. Good. And everything is progressive, so we're guiding her into it. Nothing too sharp, just nice and flowing. And now gently trot again. And we just want her to ease forward and again straight, 2 reins. Now ride forward. And if she gets a little sticky, and if you find that you add a couple of transitions and then all of a sudden the young horse starts to question whether it should be going forward or not, you just go back forward again. And young horses, you're better off just spending a bit of time just rolling them forward and through. And the more they commit to being forward, the more we can introduce transitions. The less they commit to going forward, the less we do the transitions. So one day you might find you can do a little bit more. Some days that you find you're working on the education of it, and other days you're actually just working on just teaching them to keep rolling forward. Good, Ruby, I want you to go trot again, and then we're going to do diagonal. So training is like looking at a graph. It goes up and down, okay? And through progression, Daisy Hughes, through progression, what you do is you actually get a steady improvement. But you have to look at training is about always finishing better than what you were when you started. So it's all about a progression. Good. Shh. Good. Right, we're going to go large. Good. Daisy Hughes, shush. Good. And then down that long side. Good. And we just roll forward. You know, and with young horses, it's just putting some miles on the clock and just spending time working them through. At Grand Prix, we still have to trot to the first movement. We come down the center line and halt, we have to trot off to the first movement. If you're doing a prelim test, you have to trot to the first movement. So we're just teaching her how to be consistent and trot and be forward and be committed to the question in hand. And the more she commits to going forward, we can then build on that into the next load of questions. Very good. All right, and now walk. And any little rhythm mistake she makes here, and any little mistake she makes where she gets a little bit tight in the back, if it's a mistake through her attempting to follow us, we're aware of it, but we sort of ignore it and we just keep rolling through. If it's a mistake because she's looking to evade us or question us, that's very different. So here you can see every now and again she gets a little rhythm mistake. That's just a bit of tension through the back. But it's not a problem. That's something that will disappear on its own. So it's making sure that you look at the big picture and everything is just based on, at the moment, not necessarily the fact that it's always 100% consistent. The priority is that she attempts to follow the rider. So as long as Lolly attempts to follow Ruby, that's all we care about. And the more she gets confident in Ruby, the more Ruby can teach her. Then it just gets better and better and builds the quality. So now we're going to give her a little walk. Now, usually with the young horses, you know, at this age, they work for about 20 minutes. So we come in and we tend to do a bit of trot, give them a break, bit of trot, and then we're going to do the canter each way. And then slowly, as they get stronger, what we find is that as they're able to handle it and they get a little bit more endurance, that we'll be able to increase the canter work. Because at the moment, you'll find with the young horse especially, that the canter work really takes the energy out of them. So we do a bit more of a, let's say, training them in trot, riding the canter, and then they develop enough strength that we can start to train the canter. But, you know, through their 4-year-old year into their 5-year-old year, everything is about giving them the tools to deal with what we're going to ask for their future. So when they're 6, we can then start to really introduce their knowledge, and we can start to really ask them questions. So there's a big difference between a horse when it's 3 to 4 to 5 to 6. 6 and up tends to be, you know, an older one, a more mature version of their 6-year-old self. So through 4 and 5, it's just a really good, solid, basic understanding, spending, you know, hours, those 18 months, 2 years of just developing a really good, confident base to build on. Right, Ruby, we're going to pick up. Okay, so she's just had a little walk now, so now we're going to do a little bit of canter work. Okay, Ruby, so I want you to come round in a circle. Yeah, and what you will find is like sometimes, especially with these young horses, you sort of start. So this mare's 4. every now and again, she'll give Ruby a feeling of like she was 6. Everything becomes really secure and lovely. And then all of a sudden, halfway around the circle, she'll act like a 3-year-old. And this is normal. So it's just riding what you've got, and then slowly, through age and training, they develop their maturity. So we're just going to go forward. So here, Ruby asks for canter. We're going to ask for canter. We're going to go. So we ask for canter, and what's the priority? Just, Ruby, that was a little bit strong, okay? I just need you to give her a couple more strides to get into the canter. So you can't work on improving something you can't do. So the priority is we get canter. Then from the canter, we start to train the canter we've got, and we start to direct it towards what we want. So we want her to go forward. We want her to go forward, canter, don't trot, canter. Canter, good. All right, so now I want you to take a large. You just got to roll forward a little bit. Good. Lovely. Good. So we do a transition to the trot because we are happy with how she's cantering. So she must learn that if she commits to what we're asking her to do, the reward then is a break. So she's got to commit to being forward, and now we use the circle line. So Ruby, you're going to circle. We're going to use the circle line just to get a little bit more control and influence over the canter because the mare's getting a bit bold. And if we're happy with the canter, which we are here, we're now going to ask her to trot. So again, take your time. Give her a few strides together. Good. And pattern, say, good girl, that was really good. That canter we had there was great. Now, not too fast. Just wait. Just wait. Good. That's it. And then when you're ready, you're going to ask for canter again. Now, if you notice there on the circle, as the mare trotted around through here, it went sideways. We only have a certain amount of tools at the moment as well. So, you know, she's only 4. She's had limited education, so she doesn't really know how to move sideways off the legs. So sometimes you get little reactions like that again, will just go with time, but at the moment, you don't have the tools to deal with. So always big picture. Is she following the rider? Now go large. If she is, the more she relaxes, she'll straighten herself out. It's never going to be perfect all the time, and especially with young horses, you have to give them time to develop through. Very good. Good. Very nice. You know, and at the moment, this mare sometimes has more energy than her balance can cope with. Very good. One more long side. That's really nice. Good. Okay, and then we're going to circle, and then we're going to go quietly into your trot again. So again, give it time. So she rolls forward. Very good. Good. All right, now not too fast. Not too fast. Just when she slides out, Ruby, just keep her nose slightly to the outside until you just level her up. Good. Now diag. No, Ruby, trot. Steady. Steady. Good. And now we're going to change direction. That's okay. Good. Good. And now just steady. See, so this is real life. So we could have done a vlog like this and taken out all these little bits that aren't quite right and made it just look perfect. But this is real. This is what happens. Like, this mare can come in some days and she literally is perfect, and then other days she comes in here and she's just questioning little things. But instead of us overriding things and trying to overcorrect things, it's a big picture. And the main thing is she learns to roll forward. And always remember that the only aids you can use to influence the horse are the aids that they understand. Right, Ruby? So we're going to go quietly, canter when you're ready. So this mare yet doesn't really know how to move off the inside leg or the outside leg because she's just learning to go straight. So when she gets stuck and starts to slide out, we can't stop her from the outside leg because she doesn't understand that. So that would confuse her. So all we do is we just use forward to get her straight. And then as it gets more secure, and we can then start to introduce the knowledge and the understanding of what the leg aid means, we can fix it. So at the moment, straight, forward. Good. Well done. Forward, forward, and we do a circle. Very nice. Very good. Good. And then we're going to go large again. Good. So there's days that they come out that they're pretty much say to the rider, what do you want me to do? That's the days that you give them knowledge. You teach them something. Then there's days they come out, and what they do is they can question the basic way of going a little bit. They can question the aids a little bit. And especially young horses, as they mature and they get a bit stronger, it's a bit like teenagers, they're going to question you a little bit. And they're the days that what we do is we make sure that we prioritize just the basic understanding of forward, straight, between both legs, both reins, and we build from that. What you don't do is on a day that they're questioning the basics a little bit is try and give them more knowledge. And on the days they're following you, don't do nothing. So again, as I say, training is quite an up and down. If you looked at it on the graph, it would be look sort of quite up and down, but actually through time, you just get that very, very steady progression. Very good. All right, so we're going to now circle, and then we're going to ease it back into your trot. And now we're going to see if we can then stretch her. So now she's a little bit quieter. We're going to try and introduce a little stretch and just get her to let go. Now again, young horses, we've got to teach them how to stretch, all right? Stretching isn't just about a horse being long. We have to teach her to stretch. So if we're in a situation where, you know, your young horse is now relaxed enough, we can start to introduce this. And then through time, as they sort of relax and then get stronger in their balance and their understanding, we start to train a proper stretch, right, Ruby? We're going to go out large. We're going to come down the long side. Very good. Good. So these little rhythm mistakes you're seeing, I'll explain the reason why you see it on this mare. So this mare by nature has a lot of go, and she moves her legs. And what she's done is just recently, she's really started to learn how to swing through her body. And so what happens is when she swings, you see that she gets this, what we call a softer rhythm, like it's a softer swing through. But every now and again, she reverts back to holding her back, and then she get those funny couple of little steps, and then she trots out of it. And that's why I'm not worried about it, because it's something that will go on its own as she gets more confident at just relaxing and letting herself use her whole body. All right, Ruby, now we're going to walk. Good. And everything is building blocks. So as I say, she's 4. We'll basically be doing this work for the next 12 months, and we're going to be building this up. So everything is just about the horse being better at the end of the session, at the beginning of the session, working with what you've got, big picture, and then we build it up. And then you can only utilize the aids that you know you've put in. So when you come round on a baby horse and you actually haven't gone through the process yet because they're not advanced enough to learn how to move away from leg sideways, you can't use those aids if they slide away from you. You just can think forward. So forward and straight, and then from that, then we can start to build their knowledge. And as you build the knowledge, you have more tools to be able to influence them and direct them. But there's 2 things that are really, really important with a young horse. One is them learning to be confident in following you. That's really, really important. And then them learning and getting confident at following the basic aids. And that gives you the groundwork to be able to build your horse on for the future.
Oh, Lolly, you're going to be her favourite mummy now.
Oh, I'm working on it.
Exactly. This is called bribery at its finest. Bless her. So I suppose we're going to basically
nothing wrong with blackmail.
have a little chat about how she went today. And what we're going to do is we're going to work our way around to then Craig, who's going to be the final person to say a few words. So I would say today, like for you guys, what do you think the difference is that you can see in her really?
I think that it's impressive actually how your partnership's growing with her. She's looking so much more confident with you. And I know it's a bit of a tricky time of day to ride and everything else is
She was not happy. She was like, everyone else is getting fed and she's such a foodie. Yeah. She's like, I'm not too impressed by this one.
But there's a big improvement actually from when we last came. You can see she looks more confident.
And I think she's so much more relaxed in her neck as well.
Yeah, I mean the counter transitions have improved a lot.
I go on the right lead now, get him.
Good job. Yeah, so I think
They're still quite massive, the counter transitions.
Yeah, they are. There's not much control. And the funny thing is obviously we're working on it that I have to, like my dad tells me every time I ride, like, Ruby, you've got to go sitting before you ask to, be able to control the transition. I'm like, I can't sit into a trot. I'm like, it's so big. It's so uncomfortable. So I find it so difficult. Sally, what did you think?
I mean, I think she's looking fantastic. The both of you. Oh, sorry, George. I think the partnership has grown, as Marie's just said, but there's so much power there. That's what I really thought this time. And she looks bigger because she's come up. She's come up in front, and she really fills the eye. I think she looks fantastic. So really, yeah. And I think the relaxation is great. It's great to see that now she's trusting you, she's willing to kind of let go a bit, and the progress has been incredible actually in a relatively short space of time.
And Susie, obviously, you know, you got a bit of FOMO from missing out on the latest book, and you've not seen her in a while. I mean, what are your thoughts?
I haven't seen her for a couple of months, I don't think, and she's quite different. I mean, I think she's grown.
I hope not too much. I see you. Well, you're looking up.
You're quite tall, so it's all right.
That's true.
So I feel very small next to both of you, so there you go. But she's, I mean, one of the things I noticed, she seems much more uphill than she was before.
Yes, yeah.
And she had that spook, but I mean, that was perfectly controlled, and she wasn't worried about going past it again.
Yeah.
And so, you know, I think all in all, you've done very well.
And what I like about her as well is, I mean, it'd be quite easy, I don't know, for like to feel a bit unsafe on such a big moving, like, you know, with a horse, like with so much energy at 4 years old, but she just gives me the feeling that she's excited, and it excites me. Like, I don't feel unsafe in the slightest, because it feels like she wants to help me out and work with me and just have a fun time. Like, every time we ride her, she's like, oh yeah, let's get going, like, come on, what are we faffing about with walking here? And she absolutely loves it, and I think you can see that through obviously like the transitions and everything as well. She's like, there's so much energy and everything.
Yeah, she's quite impatient to get going.
Yes.
Enthusiastic.
Yes,
probably.
exactly.
Yes, yeah.
She's like the A-star student. Yeah. Right, Craig.
Oh.
I mean, we found the correct horse in the stables. This is a major improvement. What were your thoughts?
You just looked amazing.
Thank you.
Yeah, you seem to be getting on quite well with her. You seem to be working as a team from what I can see. You know, I don't know much about this stuff, and I'm getting into it.
You're learning, and you're learning from Big G, so that's a good person to learn from.
Absolutely, yeah, that's really good. You know, just great to see you getting on with her. Progressing. Yeah, that's really good. Great to be part of it.
Aww.
No, I've no more. They've all gone, and my hands are all sticky from polos.
Yeah, you've got the carrots.
Do you not want to? You give it. No, you give it to her. It's your carrot.
It hasn't been beautifully chopped up. It came at the bottom of my handbag.
Yes, this is what horse owners do. They carry carrots in their handbags. People pick them up and say, "This is heavy. What on earth do you have in this handbag?"
So I've just given Lolly a hot cloth, and she's loving all the attention and all the carrots, and we're now going to head into the house to have some pizza, a little pizza night, so can't wait for that, and Lolly also can't wait to have her dinner. The big 6-0. Have you got them the wrong way round?
No.
Are you sure? I don't know. I don't know.
Okay, I didn't plan on taking this long to write.
Dun, dun, dun. Oh.
Seriously?
Well.
Oh.
10 hours later. I don't like fire.
You're going to have to light a match as well, because you're going to have to light these really quickly and then go. Because they burn out really quickly.
Yeah, but it's more the fact they don't catch them right. We've had a... Marie, you keep moving the cake. I can't touch the light. This is like...
You might have to give up on the sparkly ones.
Where'd you get them from?
I don't know, but
they're not Tesco's finest, that's for sure.
Okay, we might have to give up on the sparkly ones. Are we giving up
on
them?
What do I do, Marie? It's getting closer to my fingers. Oh, it's hot!
Right, we're giving up on the sparklers.
Really hot. Oh no.
Okay.
Never mind, it's just the big 6-0. I don't like these scare me.
They were too hard.
Should I try a bit of the cake?
Right, we can... Happy birthday! Hang on, I'm trying not to let the candles go out. Happy birthday!
Oh, really? Did we have to do this? Thank you very much. Thank you. Happy birthday!
Okay, blow it out quick because it's melting.
Okay.
I feel like the pressure's on because everyone's watching around. But anyways, Sally brought my dad wants dessert. My dad wants second dessert. So Sally brought a pavlova, and we talk about not having big aspirations. It's just for the journey. She's put a great British flag on the top of here. Talk about big dreams, hey? It's just for the bit of fun, but got the main aim. I hope you guys enjoyed today's training video and joining us on our little mini celebration, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Love ya. Bye.